Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Nina and welcome back to Mystic Medicine. Today I have another pick a card reading for you today, and we're going to be looking at where are you on your healing journey and how to navigate it. So that was my intention with shuffling the cards. So we have 3 options to choose from today. We have option number 1 on the left, and we have a spiritual connection flower essence spray. Option number 2 in the center with the authenticity, and option number 3 on the right with empowerment. So just a quick disclaimer that this is a general reading, so just use your intuition and discernment when you hear the messages, and just apply it to you as it pertains to your life. And if something doesn't resonate, just it was meant for someone else. But thank you for being here, and I'll leave the timestamps linked down below. I'll see you in your reading. Hello, my beautiful pile number 1s, or those of you who resonated with the spiritual connection flower essence spray. Welcome to your reading about where are you on your healing journey and how to navigate it. So I want to start off by just telling you all the cards that you have. I'll start with the tarot first. So we have the Sun, the 9 of Cups in reverse, the 7 of Swords, and the 6 of Swords. And you also have some oracle cards. You have number 39, our ancient future, number 6, high heart chakra, and number 26, full spectrum. And then I have this new deck that I'm working with, and I'll just tell you the chakras that are present in each card. So the first one, we have a combination of the sacral and the crown. We have the hypo card around the heart chakra. We have the combination of the solar plexus and the crown. And then lastly, we have a combination of the heart and the third eye. So you have some very powerful cards, and I'm seeing like the overall theme or message is a lot about, excuse me, healing the heart. Just as a general overview, I see a lot of imagery, especially with this hypo card with the heart chakra. I see that there could be a blockage, and like a way to navigate it, right, would be to access like the higher heart and get into this like ecstatic bliss state. That's what it says on the card. I feel like is what your journey is leading you towards, or unfolding into your life energetically. But right now, there could be some depression or heartache with this hypo card. It literally says depression along the leg. I kind of want to get into your tarot first. Let me see. I actually know these other cards want my attention. So, let's see. There's also, you could be navigating how to stay true to your calling, your gut instinct, your true authentic expression, and how to show up in the world with purpose, with intention. I'm seeing that you could be exploring a lot of like different religious ideologies, or getting into a new religion or a way of prayer, a way of seeing something is shifting. And I feel like it's aligning your thoughts with a more compassionate center, or aligning your thoughts with more compassion, with harmony, with love, especially with our ancient future right above this card. I'm seeing like what you're working on right now is finding like harmony, or like an inner resonance between your inner light and your inner dark. and seeing like what the common thread is, like how healing can, through compassion and being present, can be present through the darkest of times. I'm seeing that you are opening up to some rare insights. We have the pearl here, so you're uncovering something that is rare and that is beautiful and that is precious. Also, looking at your tarots, I see that like you've left behind something, and maybe this is the cause of like this heartache, this depression, this kind of like inactivity in the heart. There's some sort of fear blocking the heart right now. Some sort of, it could be trapped hurt or trauma regarding a situation that you left behind. I see a woman and a child going away together. Maybe for some, not all of you, this could be leaving a relationship with a child through divorce, or literally just moving location, moving away, maybe saying goodbye to certain family or friendships, or maybe a certain work situation. I also see a lot of anxiety, or there's a lot of fear about maybe safety, about needing to protect yourself, about feeling unable, or like maybe you feel like I have some tools, but maybe fear of an inability to use it correctly. I feel like you're also doubting your own ability. Like there's a wolf in this image, but there's like a shadow of like some ominous creature. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a monster, but the wolf is still a wolf. Like a wolf is a fierce and dangerous creature, and I feel as though there's like you're fearing or not seeing or not fully being in your power in one way or another. I feel like you have a lot of tools, but maybe you're not able to see how to use them and utilize them correctly for your current situation. But I do see that brighter days are ahead of you. I mean, we have the Sun card here. So I feel like joy and love and hope is a big message in your reading starting out with the tarot. I feel as though you long for, this Nine of Cups energy being in reverse. To me is like indicating a lack. Like this is missing in your life, right? This compassion, this love. Maybe for some of you, again, this was a relationship that has ended or fallen away, or for some of you, not all, maybe there was like a death. I'm so sorry, like a loss. Yeah, there's like some imagery of death and like a fear. Maybe someone is sick or has been sick. And there's like a fear of loss, fear of dying, a fear for like, I'm feeling like a lot of root chakra as well here, like fear of being stable and grounded and safe and protected. And I'm getting that with the full spectrum card as well. It's like there's a message here to really ground. This full spectrum is like really going in, encapsulating like the birth and the death, right? Like returning to the earth and then our soul ascending to the higher realm is kind of the imagery that I'm getting. There's a lot of transformation. I'm seeing a need to ground yourself. Yeah, really ground into yourself. I feel like really working with that sense of feeling safe and stable and abundant too. There's a lot of like reds and oranges and pinks too. I feel like there's also a need to connect with like, sorry, I notice I'm saying like a lot. Kind of annoying. I apologize. There's a need to connect with this abundant feeling of love, of compassion, of connection. Yeah, some of you guys may feel like you're alone and you have no one, no one to like lay down roots with, no one to help support you on your endeavor. You may be feeling kind of lost or needing to have some direction, but I'm seeing like this sense of surrender with the card, like going literally from the ground all the way to your crown, to your high soul center is like really lit up and being illuminated. There's rain here too, which indicates for me like this depression, this sadness, this sorrow, this heaviness on the heart, or this lack of energy coming from the heart. I'm kind of getting that you guys are meant to emanate a lot of just like cosmic unconditional love, like yeah, just radiating. I'm hearing like the cosmic heart. You guys are here to be that in the world. And there's things happening in your life. And if it's painful, if it's hard, if it's dark, if it's scary, the amount of heartache and suffering that you're going through or that you've experienced in life, that you're healing right now, this is all to harbor more compassion and open your heart up. At least that's what the cards are kind of telling me right now. Because there's a lot of like dark and light, right? Going down and up, yin and yang. So what I'm seeing is through your heart, you'll be able to, it's kind of like a finding a resonance to you between like the mind and the heart. There's a message here of like seeing with your heart as well, like your heart projecting and harmonizing thoughts. You guys are going through major upgrades, and I'm seeing like cellular healing, DNA healing. You could be working on some healing ancestral patterns and wounds. Like this is intense, deep, and heavy. And again, there's a need to feel safe through it all, to feel grounded and stable. Maybe as you guys are leaving and exiting a situation, you've come up with more obstacles or more fears, but I'm seeing like you're afraid of shadows, and that a lot of it isn't real. Like a lot of it is just a mental projections or thoughts and imaginations, and you're looking out in the world thinking that something terrible or bad's going to happen, or the worst case scenario. But I'm seeing that a lot of it may also just be your own, I don't want to say like delusion, but it's a bit of an illusion. It's a bit of an illusion. I'm seeing you guys also like feeling the need to be quick on your feet. Again, there's like a lot of anxious energy. And what I'm seeing in this card too, the Seven of Swords, is showing me that you think that the danger is right in front of you, but really, like, there may be, like, there's smoke in the background that looks like it's miles and miles away from this wolf. And I'm seeing is like you may, if there is any threat, that it's like far in the distance and it's not going to touch you or harm you, but still there's that need to run, to escape, to fight, to oh, I gotta, like, which way do I need to turn, which direction is this gonna come for me at, like, this is definitely like fight and flight response here, a lot of fight and flight. And I'm seeing, like, instead of fighting something head on, maybe if this pertained to a person, right, instead of fighting something head on and exhausting yourself, that you decided just to leave, to exit, that it's not worth your energy, it's not worth this effort, it's not worth this anxiety. I'm feeling like a lot of emotional and energetic fatigue on the body, a lot of anxiety, nervousness, feeling, a lot of anxiousness, a lot of feeling sick to the stomach, and then just it's a turning away. And I feel that now is just a time for you to focus on healing your heart, focusing on balancing yourself, on harmonizing the dark and the light. Maybe you guys are going through a lot of shadow work at this time, going through deep transformation, as I said before. I feel like you guys are also uncovering a lot of knowledge, ancient techniques that I see, like with this water. There's some water on the right side of the reading, which I feel like you're moving towards a lot of emotional healing, understanding your emotions, and also a healing of the mind, a healing of the heart and the mind, and just connecting. I feel like grounding yourself, feeling safe, having like a mini death, like a death of your old self, like a shedding, a releasing, a letting go. And I feel like you're growing up. Like maybe some of you are literally growing up right now in your life, and it's a beautiful thing to mature and to blossom into a new version of yourself, a more mature and wise version of yourself. Some of you are also just learning to grow through death, through the release of something, through knowing that death feeds life, that to grow in a greater or different direction, to have more fulfillment and alignment, there needs to be a death and a release of the old way, old pattern, old belief, old love, old lack mentality, old thought patterns, all old ways of loving, of being, of seeing yourself, of showing up. But I see that you're someone who wants joy in their life, wants love, wants gratitude, wants to be in a state of gratitude and abundance and a healing force for the world. And I see that you're headed in that direction, but to head in that direction is kind of a messy path, right? There's some things that need to be let go and moved away from and shifted and shuffled, and I see you doing that, and kudos to you, because that is not easy. A lot of people be like, yeah, I want great things or different things in life, but you know, I don't want to change. I'm afraid of change. I'm afraid of conflict, of what could happen. You know, maybe you did leave a situation and you thought it was going to be this fight, this crazy, scary thing, but it really wasn't. You could just leave and go, and there's like a sort of grace here, in elegance, which is great. beautiful. But I'm seeing that maybe your relationships weren't as fulfilling, like in a higher spiritual way as you wanted things to be, or maybe through this this relationship and this intimacy with another person just wasn't fulfilling or satisfying or helping you grow. And maybe that's a reason why you had to leave a situation. This could be friend or romantic or even family as well. But I'm seeing right now that there's like a healing of the sacral, like from your sacral, guarding your relationships and bringing it up to the crown, where you connect with people on a more spiritual and divine level, where it's helping you grow and blossom and bloom into your spiritual nature, into your divinity. I'm seeing that some healing in your relationships needs to take place or is currently taking place right now. For some of you, not all, I'm also getting like a situation where there was a not seeing eye to eye on religion or spirituality that was like kind of making some disconnection or having problems in your relationships. I'm seeing also now's the time for you to kind of like seek out community or be open to having relationships and accepting community. I feel like you'll meet people that you'll get along with very, very well, that have your same beliefs and ideologies and have the same sense of integrity and wanting to serve, right? There's a lot about service here too. It's like looking beyond just ourselves and looking towards a greater purpose, a greater sense of healing and of connection and of receiving divine information and bringing it forward to all ages, to all people. There's a lot of like letting go of discrimination, of letting go of just seeing things as either black or white, right or wrong, good and bad, but taking like the essence of it, the medicine of it, the truth of it, and the healing potential that streams across, all religious beliefs, and just kind of harmonizing that we all want and connect to the same thing, which is God, which is goodness, which is kindness, compassion, and love. I'm also seeing with this higher heart chakra, those of you who left a relationship behind, I'm seeing that you'll be meeting someone new, I'm seeing like a meeting of hearts. There's 2 hummingbirds here, and hummingbirds for me represent endurance, right? I feel like this is like a soulmate energy where you guys have gone through not identical but very similar situations, where you guys can connect on a heart level based on your trials and tribulations in the world and how you guys have kept your heart and still radiated that loving energy regardless of what has happened, what's transpired. I'm seeing you guys blossoming. Maybe you guys meet when you're still maybe in a dark place, but I see you guys giving each other strength and maybe going through a long journey together, because hummingbirds travel like great distances. It's insane, these little birds. So you either have traveled a long distance to see each other, or you guys will be traveling a long distance with one another forward. I'm seeing up towards more illumination, understanding of yourselves and of light, more and greater in-depth understanding of what love is and how to show up in love and hold the embodiment of love, not just for yourself, but for your community, for the world, to be a force of this divine loving nature that can be kind of rare and far between with the pearl, right? But it's precious, it's necessary, and you guys are a beautiful mirror to one another, and it will be reciprocal, and it will be equal, and it will be balanced. I'm seeing a lot of balance. I'm also seeing angel wings here, and I feel like you are being watched over by angels, by your guardian angels. I feel as though they're around you right now. They wish to assist you, and they want to just let you know that they're here for you. All you need to do is call on them and ask them, right, to lift your sorrow, to help bring you healing, to help ground you, to help. Okay, so if you left a loving relationship behind, or a love relationship behind, and you feel like a lack of love or a lack of connection right now, they're saying to just open yourself up, and they will flood you with love, with compassion, with I'm seeing just like a caressing, they'll like infuse unconditional love into your chakral system to help rise you up out of this dark time that you're in. Like there's magic around you, magical healing energy that wishes to, pour onto you and penetrate your system and help heal and release and move out, so that I feel like you can move out of this very quickly if you just ask for some divine intervention, divine healing. They're saying just ask and you will receive, ask and you will receive. And they are willing and ready to flood you with everything that it is that you need to help get your energy right, so that you can walk and be in this beautiful, loving and blissful and whole and complete state, so that you can see the light and be in this joyful, happy energy that you're meant to embody. Right, I feel like you have purpose here. There's a lot of crown chakra energy, a lot of third eye energy. There's a need to just heal the heart. The heart is the key. Open and heal your heart, and walking in love, walking in your presence, and you'll uncover your individuality. You'll uncover your true self, your true nature, your divine spark in which you're meant to walk through life. And I feel like you're gonna be how do I say this, just embodying this beautiful, yummy and delicious divine energy, and it's beautiful. I feel you guys, like, literally the card says ecstatic bliss, and I have like this cheesy little grin on my face. Like, I see you guys going down a path where you're constantly smiling, and you have more joy in your life, and you're looking and feeling more radiant and whole and powerful and energized and capable. And there's more trust in yourself, in your abilities, in your intuition, in your divine connection, and in your purpose in the world. I feel like you guys are meant to touch many lives. I'm hearing that, like, many lives will be touched by you. Many hearts will be changed. Many transformations will be, you're going to help people ascend and blossom and bloom and heal and let go and shed. There we go, that's the word. A lot of shedding, a lot of growing, a lot of healing. Very, very beautiful energy. There's also a message here to heal any wounds you have around intimacy with other people, to help trust. I feel like you will meet this soulmate energy that's very, like, that's very present in this reading. When you're in this open heart state, when your heart is open and healed. But I'm seeing that also, even though your heart may be healed, that you may have some armor up, or there still may be some shadow work to do in the lower chakras as it pertains to, like, emotional and sexual intimacy with another person. I'm hearing that this person will be very tender and patient with you, and this is how you will know that this is the right person. This energy, this person coming in, will not be forceful towards you or try to pressure you into sex or any intimacy in a physical manner that you're not ready for. That this is going to be a very heart-to-heart based connection that's about you both. Maybe this other person also has, like, a similar, if not like a mirrored wound to you around, like, their sexuality and feeling safe and feeling supported and feeling trust, like trustworthiness from other people. I'm seeing you both will be patient and to move slowly with one another. But I'm seeing this will be a very sweet and like delicate, like I got an image of like a crystal heart. Like you guys are just gonna admire, and there's a very gentle and loving and kind and like an admiration, admiring, like truly and deeply, not just your physical appearance, but like the core of who you are. And I feel like this is going to be a very different connection than what you've ever experienced before. This is just a very specific message for some of you. I know not everyone is like broken up or single or had a huge transformation like that in romantic sense, but this is just, I have to speak on what the cards are kind of saying and what I feel spirit is really wanting me to say. So remember, it's a general reading. Just take what resonates, and if that doesn't resonate for you, maybe there were other messages here that kind of you could apply. If not, maybe pick another pile. But I think there's more messages that want to come through. Let me see. Yeah, again, this is like pertaining to someone who is in a relationship. I feel like in the past you were in a relationship where you had to really, you felt the need to really guard and protect yourself. And I see that, yeah, there's a confirmation of you really needing to be grounded and feel safe, because the hind legs of this wolf are like off the ground. I feel like you're very much we're in this protection mode, right, where everything like floods into you getting out, like escaping, like feeling a need to escape, like a sinister energy around you. Again, this could be a person, a situation, circumstance, but I'm definitely feeling like a person or false friendships, right? This could also be friendships that were like sinister, that you had kind of like a gut feeling or gut reaction that maybe didn't have any ground of like reality like or evidence around you, but it was a feeling. And I'm seeing like you leaving away people or people's romantic or friendship, or just a dangerous home situation or something. And I'm seeing with the high heart chakra that you will meet new people, right? Like we said before, there's like a healing that's undertaking that's taking place in your solar plexus, in your heart, and in your sacral. There's like these three are being healed, and there's a huge need for you to ground yourself. I feel like you've been in a lot of like flighty energy, very much in your head, like how do I get out of this situation, what do I need to do, what steps I need to take, almost like on like autopilot, or like if you're like playing a video game and you're like flying a plane or driving a car, where you're so into the destination and the tasks at hand that you're not grounded in your body. With this full spectrum card, I'm really seeing that nature really and deeply wants to help heal you. Maybe doing some meditations where someone guides you to connect with Mother Earth will be very healing for you. Meditations that, can like heal, and I'm hearing like disconnecting and cutting cords, releasing attachments to people. I'm seeing that right now, if you need to cry, if you need to heal, go for it. Like I'm seeing like tears kind of helping you grow, right? 'Cause when you cry, you're releasing. I'm not really seeing you getting sucked into the undertow of emotion, but I'm seeing you being more intentional and spiritual with your emotional healing right now. And I think that if you are doing this, like taking in information, or maybe you're taking a course right now, I'm seeing information coming in through the ears, through the head, through the third eye. This could be you're very open to like downloads, or maybe your higher self is like initiating, talking you through. I'm seeing like upgrading, reprogramming your mind and healing you deeply, like to the cell, to your DNA on a deep, deep level. I don't know if you guys have been doing these types of meditations, but if you are, keep doing them. Like it's really assisting you and helping you, integrating the lessons, the healing, and moving forward with grace, with great beauty and compassion. And I'm seeing just balance. This is giving me very much the Queen of Cups energy. So I see you kind of like mastering the healing of your emotional body, which is beautiful. And yeah, I'm seeing like figure eights too, which for me kind of indicates for some reason like past lives, like healing karma, healing beyond like what's current and present in your life. But this goes back ancient, to your ancient past, and will help project your future and heal your future into a better version, or better, more just to a more favorable outcome is what I'm seeing. Water could be very healing for you guys. I feel like also just making time to be childlike. I'm saying maybe some of you guys like bubbles, maybe like blowing bubbles, taking a trip to the beach, definitely going out in nature, where you can see the birds, where you can see the flowers, smell the flowers, watch the sunset or sunrise, depending on whether you're a day or night person. And yeah, I think you guys are gonna be just fine. This is beautiful energy. You guys are really tapping into a lot of, how do I say this? Just divine and cosmic energy and information and reprogramming and downloads. It's really beautiful. I see you guys maybe taking on a new religion or ideology, or really applying ancient information, maybe ancient texts, ancient scrolls, helping you on your healing journey. And I'm seeing you sharing this with others, and it really helping you feel more empowered and like in alignment, like you have a sense of purpose and feel safe in the world as well. Okay, pile number 1. I'm sorry if that reading was very like I feel like patchy. That's how the message came out today. I hope that it made sense. I hope that it resonated in one way or another. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Happy healing as always. What's going on, pile number 2? I hope you're doing well. If you're here, you chose option 2, or the Authenticity Flower Essence Spray. You got so many cards. You got so many cards that I'm gonna have to split this up into two different parts. So this first part, we're gonna look at the tarot, and we're gonna look at the Beyond Lumeria Oracle cards, and then we'll get into the chakra cards after. So let's tell you what cards you got. So you have, for the tarot, you have the 8 of Coins, 7 of Wands, the Star, the 8 of Cups, the Lovers in reverse, the Magician in reverse, and the Knight of Coins. You have number 32, Internal Explorer, number 44, Shine Your Light, number 10, Soul Star Chakra, Merging with the Divine, number 4, Solar Plexus Chakra, Radiant Illumination, and number 43, Sheet of the Lotus. I really love for you picked authenticity, and I love the cards you have. You have Internal Explorer and Shine Your Light, which I think just goes perfectly with the theme of the essence spray that you picked. And I don't shuffle on camera or shuffle live because it takes way too long. I swear sometimes I'll be shuffling for like 30 minutes at least, getting the cards out. But anyway, so if you didn't hear the intro, today's theme is about where are you on your healing journey and how to navigate it. So I'm being so drawn to the Star card right now. And I feel like right now on your healing journey, I feel like having hope and it's just hope and faith, I feel like is so prevalent and so important right now as you're on your healing journey. I think it's also just trusting in the divine, trusting in your uniqueness, trusting in things playing out. There's a sense I'm hearing like divine timing. With this card, I'm also getting a little bit a sense of like unfulfillment, dissatisfaction, like something is missing. There's like a need for comfort, there's a need for support. I'm sensing a need or wanting companionship, feeling alone, feeling isolated is kind of the messages that are coming through. And I think it's interesting because we have the 8 of Cups right next to the Star card, so I feel like you guys have a lot. You guys have 8 cups. There's 3, and then you have the 10 of cups. I feel like what you have, there's a sense of like dissatisfaction or unfulfillment. I feel like you guys could have insomnia or be suffering from insomnia, like being up at night, and being or feeling like looking out and thinking or feeling like there has to be something more, like I've accomplished what I've accomplished, or I have what I have, but there's something missing. And when I look, I see the Lovers in reverse and the Magician in reverse. I'm feeling like this could be either disconnection from your internal self, or this could be literally wanting love and magic in your life. I'm really feeling you guys wanting a sense of maybe a relationship that feels joyful and playful and abundant and makes you feel alive. I'm also getting kind of like a restlessness and a need or a want to explore and to venture out. Maybe you guys feel as though the pace which you're setting out is kind of slow. Maybe you feel or wish that things would speed up, or I'm just getting the sense of wanting more excitement, more fulfillment, more stimulation, because I'm seeing like in all these cards there's only one person, just one person. There's a lot of like solitude, isolation, what I'm seeing. I'm getting a lot of like Taurus energy. Maybe you guys have been, I know you guys have been focusing on your work and finances. We have in the beginning of this spread, we have the 8 of Coins and the 7 of Wands, and I see you guys just working really, really hard. So much so that it causes you pain, or you guys push through any emotional pain or physical pain to get done what you need to get done, like in a very forceful way. The 7 of Wands, it's like, I'm pushing this out. There's a lot of strength within you guys, a lot of physical strength, a lot of endurance, a lot of perseverance, a lot of I'm gonna put one foot in front of the other and keep going and keep going and keep going. You're putting in a lot of work, but still there's like this sense of something's missing, a sense of disconnection. And again, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates. And if this doesn't resonate, maybe another message will pop through. If not, maybe choose another pile. I'm being called to this internal explorer card. And like I said, I love this card for you guys picking authenticity. I'm feeling like this card is telling you to explore your emotional body, right? And you also have She of the Lotus too. And I feel like these two are connected. One, because this woman literally has a lotus on the top of her head just blooming through. I'm feeling like that hope, that faith, that spark, that something that you're seeking, she has it, right? We have the Star card. This girl's looking up, like for hope, for faith, for the magic, for the love. And when you look up at card number 32, Internal Explorer, right above, this woman is holding the star. And I feel like this is letting you know, like, you have all that you're seeking. Maybe you're seeking outside of yourself, or, if I have this much money, then I'll feel happy. If I have this relationship, I'll feel satisfied and feel love and feel connection and joy. But I'm seeing is like, instead of placing your emotional dependence on outside people, places, things, money, finances, status, that you go inward and look at you. It's like hovering at her throat chakra, and she's like darker than the surrounding colors around her. So I'm seeing like what's hidden, what's underneath the surface is where the magic is where the nutrients are, right? Everyone sees the pretty lotus sitting and floating on the top of the water, but where did it come from, right? It came from, like, if you go down, you trace its steps, there's like a descent that went down in to the earth, into the murky and muddy waters where things aren't so pretty, where things aren't clear, where things are confusing, things are hidden, things are messy, things are dirty. But from there is what blooms this beauty, this compassion, this illumination, this realization, this enlightenment. And I feel like that's kind of a call, is to go within yourself. This could be a call to do some shadow work. Why am I placing my worth, my ability to be loved on external things? It's like retracing your steps to find the root. Looking at where you came from is going to show a lot of, I'm hearing like hidden reasons for why you want and act and feel the way you do, like this dissatisfaction. I'm hearing that this has to do with childhood as well. And then shine your light, number 44. I feel like you guys are hiding like something from within you, could pertain to childhood, is not allowing you to fully shine and be present and show up in the world. Like, this is who I am, this is what I have to offer, this is what I'm about. Like, maybe there's, right, you chose authenticity, maybe there is a lack of being authentic fully with yourself, being fully authentic with the outside world because of fear of judgment, because of fear of what people are going to think or say or feel, or how they're going to talk about you. It doesn't matter, is kind of what your guides are saying, or like the message right now. And it's like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's like, how do you feel with yourself? There's a borderline of yellow on this card, and then you have the solar plexus chakra, radiant illumination. And I feel that you're going to gain a great sense of like empowerment. You're going to feel a great sense of like like a relief, like, oh my God, I don't have to keep playing this part. I can be me. I can, like, I understand now. And then we have number 10, merging with the divine, which I see as like you like rising up out of these like materialistic needs, this like desire, this constant seeking, right, from the outside. And I see you like being fulfilled from this deep exploration of who you are, of where you came from, and what you're really about and what you really want, right? When I think about the solar plexus, it's about one, it's like it's not who I am, it's like your will, right? It's like the driving force of you moving through the world and it's like that output energy, right? Because it's the sun is constantly outputting, and I feel like you're gonna be, or what's being called of you to navigate this, is to come home to like, what is it that you want to output? Because you're outputting all this effort in the 8 of coins and the 7 of wands, and still there's like this hopelessness, there's this dissatisfaction. And I'm getting a sense that you have a lot of power, you have a lot of energy, that maybe it's just not being channeled or being placed in the right direction or in the right way, or in a way that makes you feel fulfilled and satisfied. Yeah, this is some heavy stuff, guys. I feel like with the Lover's card in reverse, a lot of you guys may desire that companionship, that yeah, I feel like you guys desire just companionship and love and to connect with someone and be understood. But I feel as though like you're not fully connecting with yourself and understanding yourself. So if that's what you want to attract, you have to first be that and become that. And once we can give to ourselves fully, then we'll be able to attract a partner that is satisfying, that is, hitting the like checklists or like spots that we want to feel emotionally, right? I feel understood, I feel seen, I feel loved, I feel like I have a companion, someone who I can seek adventure with and go forward with, right? Someone who isn't going to judge me or put or project more expectations and pressure on me. I want with the Magician, it feels very light, it feels very like magical, mystical, it feels very like otherworldly, excuse me. And I feel like you just need to embody this and bring this into your own life and heal your own inner wounds in this area when it comes to relationships and when it comes to you being fully and truly who you are and becoming aware of the magic that you possess and the potential and the power that truly is behind you. With the Knight of Coins, I feel like you're gonna have to move forward where you feel kind of like a newbie. This is kind of foreign land. I feel young. This may feel a little awkward. I may feel like I don't have all that I need, right? Because yeah, with the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Coins, the 7 of Wands, I feel like you guys are gonna feel like this is foreign. You're gonna feel almost like the Fool energy, like venturing out in something that you don't have much knowledge on. But I'm seeing like with this is gonna make you grow, and it's gonna help you develop as a person, and it's gonna help strengthen your connection to self, connection with the divine, connection with trust and faith and hope within yourself. And it'll help you kind of nourish that fire of like, I am capable, I am strong, I have a lot of power, and placing it in something where you may feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's a little bit of the unknown, but I see it doing great things for your growth and your character, your development as an individual, and also satisfying something, because you're stepping into an unknown or unseen realm. You'll feel kind of youthful and childlike, and I feel like that'll be very healing and helpful for your spirit as well. You've been someone who's so used to, pressure and responsibility and pushing through, that kind of shifting into this more childlike, this is new, exploring something different, something foreign, is gonna take off that pressure, right? Because you don't know yet, and it's on that edge of like pushing the edge of like, I've never done this before, woohoo, it can feel like exciting, childlike, adventurous. There's joy, and yeah, you may make mistakes or may not navigate it as like, or execute it as perfectly as you want it to, but I think that it's gonna teach you a lot, like I said before. Yeah. And help you gain a sense of like direction and where to aim your effort and your energy. This may have to do with like switching careers or going in a different direction or putting yourself out there in a way that you never have before. But with the Knight of Coins, I'm definitely feeling this has something to do with like your finances, your career, maybe even moving location. But definitely there's a sense of like heading in a new direction. Okay, I think that's all I'm getting from these cards. Now I'm going to pull your chakra cards or lay them out, so we'll see what comes up. Okay, so you have 5 chakra cards. So we have Hyper Crown. We have the combination between the throat chakra and the solar plexus chakra. We have a combination of the crown and the solar plexus, and we have a combination of the third eye and the crown, and a combination of the third eye and the root chakra. So how interesting, you have a lot of solar plexus energy coming through on here. I just love that confirmation. So let's talk about this hyper card for the crown. So the hyper cards really talk about an excess of energy and not being present in the now. So you have an excess of energy in like the crown and the head centers. I'm feeling like with this card too, you're also being really trapped in your head, maybe going over like a lot of potentials and kind of like not being 100% rooted in the present or even in reality in some sense. You guys could feel like or be super flighty, just very like, I'm hearing just like very cognitive heavy, very like thinking, right? As we establish like I have to do this because of this, and this, and maybe with the crown like feeling like you have to exude a lot of energy for this like fulfillment of like purpose or unrealized potential yet. And I'm seeing you really kind of driving yourself crazy. And as I move forward to the next card, where it's a combination of the throat and the solar plexus, right? I just see like an angry lion in this card, just someone just screaming. I feel like because this card came up in reverse, but I'm seeing like all these keys everywhere. I feel like you haven't fully unlocked. The throat chakra is about expression, not just like communicating, but I feel like this combination of the solar plexus and the throat is like the expression of like your truth, expression of like who you really are. And there's like, I feel like a suppressed aggression as to not knowing like how to unlock this, like who am I really, like why, like I said, that feeling of like dissatisfaction. For some of you it may be manifesting in like anger or resentment or like aggression, but there's like this intense energy here of like, I'm not fucking, excuse my language, like being who I really am. I'm not speaking how I should. I'm not speaking up for myself. I'm not expressing myself fully and authentically. And there could be like a lot of ego here, kind of like, oh, well, we need to keep you safe. Like we can't have us be rejected by society and by like, this just like this bullshit. And I see it like really weighing heavy on your spirit, where you're like becoming angry and like having a really short fuse, very short temper. I'm seeing just like an eruption or an explosion wanting to happen. Like you've been stifling down like what you can for far too long, and like it's time for things to shift, time for things to change. And then I'm seeing like a healing coming through, a knowledge, right? Merging of your crown and your solar plexus. And for me, this is kind of like learning about yourself, looking at yourself through a more of a divine scope, of like more of an introspective sort of way, but also looking at yourself, I feel like, with compassion and patience. For me, the crown is, well, in the teachings that I've like embarked upon, like with pranic healing and stuff, we say that there are two hearts. We have our physical heart, and the crown is like the cosmic heart, that it resembles, the heart chakra resembles like the very center of the crown. If you look at it, if you can see energy and see colors and see sacred geometry and stuff like that, if you have that gift, that's something that you can see. So for me, it's like holding space for yourself from a sense of like higher understanding, to get to learn and know about your past, about your passions, about what excites you, about what you want to go after in life, right? This is about you gaining your sense of direction. And maybe that one way to accomplish that is by learning more about yourself. Maybe you're going to therapy or learning from different self-help books or courses or gurus or something. But I'm seeing like a diving into one's self, holding this, level of higher understanding of like there's a purpose for everything that's gone forth from all this dissatisfaction in my life, from all this turmoil, all this crap and BS that I've experienced in life. And how has this made me into a better person? Or how can I become a better person out of this? How can I find a reason to not let life break me, but make me stronger? How can I take this and learn from it and apply it in my life in a way that is empowering for me, that energizes me, that brings me life, and that gives me vitality and the courage and strength to move forward in life, owning and being who I am and going after what I really want, not settling for this like dissatisfaction, this anger, this repression, but moving forward in a new direction is what I'm seeing. Okay, and then hold on, let me get a sip of my tea really quick. Okay. And now we're looking at this card that's the merging of the third eye and the crown, which I see is I also see a little bit of the throat and the heart too, like merging. But I'm seeing this as like, oh, finally, like this is you finally gaining, right, the intuitive understanding. And yeah, I'm just seeing a merging of like an understanding of the mind with the like that higher perspective, that cosmic heart, right? With that divine you sort of guiding you towards like, I'm just seeing your higher self like coming through and like guiding you. I feel like you are meant to be your own teacher. Yeah, you can get tools from like watching this reading, for example, like this is all just confirmation of what is already within you and what you already know about yourself. But for some reason, we doubt ourselves, we second guess, we wonder, I don't know, am I crazy? Is this just in my head? It's like, no, you have the keys, you hold the power, you are the person who, or your higher self, right? This unrealized potential of who you are about to be, who you're emerging, right? You're like breaking out of this eggshell, going to be like this new being, this new entity with like a different understanding, right? And I think that you are meant to be your own teacher. You're meant to be your own sage, guru, guide, shaman, healer, seer, psychic. It's all within you, and I see you really feeling like this. We talked about this relief, I see like a release in the heart also taking place. I feel there's like waves here in the ocean. I'm seeing that there's like a battle between your emotion and your mental like thought patterns of flow, and I see them kind of like buckling or like going back and forth. Well, I think this way, but I feel this way, and then you have to like talk sense to yourself, or I'm sorry, like talk yourself through your feelings and like giving yourself the higher understanding, the higher insight. And I feel like this is all coming from like an intuitive place of you guiding yourself back home to you. And you're going to feel light and free and illuminated. And it's really beautiful. I'm seeing like a lot of lightning. So this could be like, it could feel a little bit chaotic. It could feel a little bit ungrounded. But that's okay. There could be some turbulence there, but I'm seeing like that you're going to stay rooted to, you're going to stay rooted to that uncovering of that healing, of that release. And I see that happening for you. See if there's anything else coming to me from this card. I feel like you're going to let your intuition guide the way in which you move forward to is something that's gonna happen, or how you're gonna navigate after you've gone through this change, this realization, this paradigm shift. I'm seeing like literally a paradigm shift, you shifting into, then going into the next card, the third eye in the root. So your intuition is going to guide you down to feeling stable, where you put down your roots, how you grow, how you feel safe, right? How and when you start your family, or how you connect to your family or your home, or how you live your life, how you feel safe and stable in the world. I feel as though you could feel like at the wheel of the car, not really knowing, oh, which way am I going? I'm getting all these mixed messages, but I see you like having a really clear projection from your third eye, from your intuition, like this is where we're headed, this is how we're going to do this is how you're going to lay your foundation, this is how you're going to gain that stability, because I know that is very important for you. When we look back at the tarot in the beginning of your card, in the beginning of your cards, I put them away, but I believe it was the 8 of Coins and the 7 of Wands. I know that that's very important for you to feel like grounded and solid, and having that financial stability and that like consistent effort going through. I feel like you're going to have more ease, and to just, to make decisions and plant your roots down, it's going to be more from an intuitive spot. But I see you having a firmer grip on the direction of your life and where you're going. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be more satisfying to you on an emotional level, and I think you'll be surprised as to how things sprout and grow, and what beautiful fruit and things come forth because of it. Let's see if anything else is coming through. Yeah, I'm just hearing rest. Like, you guys will finally be able to rest. There's no more like this caged lion within you, but you've gone through like this journey, and I'm seeing you having gained insight, have an emotional release, and gain a clear, more intuitive precision on the direction of your life and where you're going. And then you're finally gonna feel at ease, at rest, and like this satisfaction come through where you're more in tune with the magic, and then that love can come forward and come through, and you'll be ready for it and open to it, and you'll be on stable ground. Really beautiful, my beautiful pile number 2s. I think that's it that I'm getting for your reading. It was an honor to read for you. I hope that this resonated in one way or another. I wish you well on your healing journey. I think that you just have, this is a very empowering and powerful time for you. So I wish you luck. I wish you all the best. Happy healing, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, pile number 3, or those of you who picked this Empowerment Flower Essence Spray. Welcome to your reading about where are you on your healing journey and how to navigate it. So you, like pile 2, have so many cards. I'm going to have to split this up into 2 sections. So this first section, we're just going to look at your tarot cards and the Beyond Lumeria oracle cards, and then we'll move into your chakra cards. So let me lay out what cards you have. So you have the Page of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Swords, the Emperor, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. You have number 5, Heart Chakra, unfurling back to love. Number 20, Beyond the Mind. Number 45, Starseed Elemental. Number 8, Third Eye Chakra, Pineal Perspective. Number 56, Vulnerability. And number 7, Throat Chakra, Express Your Truth. And I think this is so cool. You have the Heart Chakra, the Throat Chakra, and the Third Eye Chakra card. So you have that beautiful flow of energy with all 3 of the chakras, which I think is pretty neat, pretty cool. So let's get into your reading then. I feel like I'm being called to the tarot first. In the tarot, you have a lot of masculine energy. I feel, especially with that Emperor card here, but I'm feeling really called to the Knight of Swords. I feel like where you are is you want a lot of movement. You want to head in a direction. You want to have this authority, have this, especially with the Two of Wands, like a firm, like stand in who you are and the direction that you're heading. With the Eight of Wands, I see a lot of speed. I see quickness. Yeah, there's so much masculine energy here. It's pretty cool, but then we have it balanced out with some really lovely feminine cards. I'm being called to this Nine of Swords card. I'm seeing that you either in this energy or you need to embody this energy of kind of, how do I describe this? She's like meditating, she's going inward, she's like being open to the divine, to some higher perspective. I feel like you're someone who's very psychic. I feel like you're someone who's very intuitive. I feel like you may be someone that others look to because you're knowledgeable, you're wise, you're intuitive, you're very connected. And I see you not being afraid to give news or advice or say things or give information that may hurt other people, that other people don't want to hear. I see that you don't hide anything. I see that you're a very honest person. You can be very blunt at times, but I see that people see you as an authority figure. They see you as someone who, like, they put you on like a pedestal in a sense, where they see you as someone who is, I don't want to say all-knowing, but someone who has the answers, someone who, if they don't have the answers, they can seek the answers. So for some of you, you are this energy, and for another select few of you guys, I feel like you are meant to open up to greater answers, to the divine, for guidance, for direction in your life. Even if it's something that you don't understand, even if it's having to turn away from something or to move in a new direction, to deny something, to let something go, maybe even put a death to something. Because to me, she's like sitting on a tower. It's almost like initiating a tower moment or a destruction of something. I see that things could also be like suspended in the air, where it's like not really sure what direction they're going to lay down. If when they come down, is this going to be like destruction, or is this going to be like a beautiful placement of the pieces? I feel like there's also a need for you guys, because there's so much like wanting to go quick now, like movement, let's get things started, let's get this done. I feel like there is a need to take a step back, to pause, to reflect, to meditate, to cleanse yourself. When I see the green, it just reminds me of like cleansing your aura, burning sages, cleansing and clearing. Maybe there's worry around you, stuck in your field. There's like worry. It could be fear. There could be lingering heartache. But I'm seeing like for sure you are an authority figure. You have a divine connection, without a doubt, no doubt. You are very psychic. But I'm seeing that there's a need for a pause, to maybe seek advice, seek help, seek a greater perspective or different understanding from the divine, from your guardians, from those who walk with you energetically to help you on your path. There's a need to cleanse and clear. There could be also like some shame, some judgment being projected towards you from other people surrounding you. These could be parents, siblings, family, other family or friends, where it's like, oh, shame, like, oh, I can't believe she's doing this. Like, who does she think he or she is, right? But I'm seeing like to pay no mind to the gossip and the thoughts and the projections from other people. But because projections are so heavily around you in your field, like coming at you, maybe this could be psychically, this could be verbal, them communicating this, and when someone speaks badly, it kind of sends like a little mini psychic attack. So it's very, and how the swords are like suspended around her, I'm getting the message to like protect yourself, cleanse yourself, clear yourself, because you don't want to be thrown off track or off your direction because of what other people think or say about you. And that's a message coming in. Okay, let me see. I think I'm being called to this Page of Swords. With the Page of Swords being in reversed, I'm kind of feeling that there's a need for you to... I feel like I was talking about this in pile number 2. You could be drawn to pile number 2 as well. But there's a need maybe to be a little bit more open-minded. I'm seeing with these cards, there's a lot of like fixed, stubborn energy, very serious energy. This is so funny. I was kind of saying this in pile number 2 as well. But I see you're someone who's very sure and set in the direction that they're heading, who's gonna plant down, right, and stand firm in what it is that they stand for, that they're creating, like what backs them, like who they are, like what makes who they are. And with the Two of Wands as well, and I'm seeing sometimes you could be like split, like literally in the Two of Wands there's like a there's two heads, and I'm seeing a side of you that's very firm, right, made of metal, very set, done. You can't break me, you can't melt me down, you can't forge me into something else. I am who I am, this is how it is. And I see another side that's facing towards the Page of Wands that is very, it's made of wood, right? And when I think of wood, like wood can be flexible, very flexible. If it's a branch of the tree, it can, be swayed and moved by the wind. It can be bent into like round shapes. You can make a bow, right? And bow and arrow out of wood. It's gonna be flexible. It's gonna be a bit more mutable. And I'm seeing that there's like kind of a call here to be more open-minded, to see things in a more light and playful way. There's so much seriousness here. This is so heavy, and it's intense, and it's fast moving, and it's set in stone, and it's very fixed. There's a lot of fixed energy here. You guys could be Aries, Capricorn, Aquarius, Taurus. There's a lot of like fixed, stubborn energy, which isn't bad at all. That's not a bad thing at all. But I'm seeing with these other cards, there's like a call here for you to be more open, to be more vulnerable, to go beyond the mind, right? We literally have 56 and number 20, and I think it's so funny that the 56 vulnerability card is next to the Page of Swords, and the Beyond the Mind card is next to the Two of Wands, where the guy's head is like, he's got two of them. And in the two heads, there's one that looks a bit older than the other. Maybe it's because it has more facial hair, but to me it seems like there is a part of you guys could be Gemini too, there's part of you, maybe Virgo as well, part of you that is very set, right, very logical. There's another part of you that knows that or feels intuitively, because we have the third eye chakra, the number 5 heart chakra, and the throat chakra. And right above this card, we have 45 Starseed Elemental, which is also a card that speaks about like being more playful, being more childlike, learning from the children that are present in your life. There's a need for more joy, more play here, to not be so stuck in your head, to not think that things just have to be one way. There are many paths and roads that can lead to the same place. It's like just knowing, like, on your journey are you having fun? How do you feel? Get vulnerable with yourself. How do you feel, right? We have the heart chakra, we have the throat chakra. How do you really feel? Be honest with yourself. If you don't have to tell this to anyone, right? Because the people around you could be a bit judgmental, could be a bit cynical, and maybe that's why you've had to develop such a, stubbornness, such a headstrong sense of being, because otherwise your life's gonna be run by the people around you. But this is like a call to kind of drop your guard a bit with yourself, right? You don't have to carry a sword. Well, you can carry a sword with yourself to clear your path, to clear the way, to clear things that are maybe hiding, to see things that are hidden, but you're not going to use a weapon around yourself. I see, it's so funny, we have a lot of swords. Even with the Two of Wands, I'm getting kind of swords energy. But there's a lot of weapons. There's a lot, like in almost every card. Because a wand can be like a staff. It can be used as a weapon or a tool, right? It can cause bodily harm. Either way. You can whack someone with it, you can. Yeah, so I'm seeing there's a lot of weapons around. But I'm seeing with the vulnerability card is like you may feel like there's a lot of, because there's all these little triangles and they look like shards of glass or like pieces of a blade, like headed towards like gonna pierce this beautiful dragon that has just emerged from the water, that's going through some sort of transformation, that's getting a clear perspective. But I'm feeling like the Page of Swords in reverse next to this, it's like it's safe to express yourself with yourself, to be vulnerable with yourself, with spirit, with the divine, right? If you can't be vulnerable and honest with a physical person, if you don't have a close family member or friend that you can trust yourself, trust in spirit to put the weapons down, put your guards down, right? Go into your waters, go into your emotional bodies and know what's going on. There's a lot of ripples going on the surface. There's like turbulence, right? Something's disturbing you, and you are safe and protected to express yourself with the divine. I see angel wings here. Like, talk to your angels, talk to your ancestors, talk to those who are on, like, in the higher realms, because they don't hold that density, that duality, that judgment that's like so prevalent here on earth. It's why it can be hard to relate to people, I think. In your sense, it's like this constant need to fight and protect yourself, and I'm seeing like just lay it down, go within. You're safe, unfurling back to love, drop the weapons, right? I'm seeing like it's safe to take a time out, to rest, to go within. We have all these swords suspended in air. I feel like you're being protected energetically by the divine. Period. Period. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling like you are protected, and I feel like we have third eye with perspective. So I feel like going into the emotional body, like furling into your heart, right? Coming back into love with yourself. Like, why am I so angry? Why do I feel the need to protect myself and fight? Can I disarm myself? Can I put the guards down? Can I be honest with myself? I think that with the third eye card, you'll gain a different perspective and just a different way of seeing things. This is like upgrade. I feel like I said this in another pile too, but there's like healing that needs to take place. Whoa! apologize for that. I don't know if you heard that. There's like a air show going on right now where I live. That was pretty massive. Some massive shifts and perspective changes are going to take place. That are going to take place to you, and it's all mental, right? It's an air show. That's no coincidence that went. It's in like this higher it's the unseen realm above us. There's shifts happening. And I feel like the third eye chakra card next to the starseed elemental is like you'll get a new perspective. Like I think I said this in pile 2 as well. Like there's going to be a paradigm shift, and you'll feel lighter, right? With the 45 starseed elemental, like not so serious, more playful, more free, right? With the Page of Wands, it feels very freeing, right? She's on like the side of the mountain, and the wind is blowing, and there's a sweet bird on her finger, and it feels like there's like just pure potential and possibilities. And I feel like you need to carry this energy forward in your life. Going forward, it's going to make you feel more alive and at ease, and not so guarded, not so stuck in your head. Time to go beyond the mind. And I'm seeing like the third eye lit up here, but also the crown and the heart and the throat. There's like this alignment taking place in you. This is no coincidence. We have the heart, throat, and third eye chakra. And it's like this higher divine awareness and lightness of being. I always say that kids are so connected to the divine and angelic realm. That's why they're so, light and carefree, and, they don't take things so personally, and they can forgive and forget and move on. And, it's time to adopt more of that in your life. That energy, it's time to embody more of that energy, more of wonder and exploration, and knowing that you're like being carried on the wings of the divine, and there are no limits as to where you can go and what you can accomplish. There's a strong message coming through. And this is so funny because the starseed elemental kind of has like a spiral on the third eye, and I feel like it's just there's like a freeing of the mind, of like not being so stubborn, being more fluid, being more open to like possibilities. And there's a lot of stars here. It's like we can get so caught up in the 3D world, right, that we forget that, hey, we're a part of like this massive universe. We're not in charge. There's something bigger and grander than we are that's orchestrating all of this, and it kind of leads off like this pressure, this all this responsibility, this hardship, this like push forward, this stubbornness, this like it just feels like hard and difficult, and like walking with lead shoes, walking with all this like heavy armor and guarded and weaponry is exhausting, and it keeps us stuck, and we're not able to reach the places, right? Because I feel like you want to do good things and go forward, and you're very get it done now with extreme intensity. You guys are intense, and that's nothing to be ashamed of at all. You can keep that intensity, but also just not have all this stress and this pressure and this like overtly serious nature that I feel like isn't doing your heart or your mind any good, especially your emotional body. I feel like that's very important, is to take the time and treat yourself like you're a child. Oh, you're in pain, what's going on? I mean, you wouldn't yell at a kid, right, and tell him, well, buck up, Jim, because we gotta do this and da 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 da, it's kind of toxic. I don't think that we should be treating ourselves like that. Be open with ourselves and see the beauty that lies in vulnerability, and the transformation that it can occur when you don't push things below the surface or ridicule it or pay it no mind. I feel like this judgment that happens from the people in your reality is but a reflection of the judgment that you project onto yourself, because you're not fully being open and honest with yourself and being in your heart. And once you can heal that, I feel like your relationships may go through some healing and changes as well, or you will attract more secure friendships or companionships, maybe animal companions are in your future, or just more friends, more loving, caring, understanding people who aren't going to judge or ridicule you for how you feel or needing to heal or go within or changing your approach in life, right? For shedding the old and trying something new. I feel like that will help you. And one question is like, why do I feel the need to guard and fight myself? What are you guarding? What are you fighting? Why are you guarding? Why are you fighting? Just some things to ask yourself. Okay, I think that's all I'm getting from these cards. I think I'm going to switch over to your chakra cards now. So, excuse me, just give me a couple seconds. Okay, so this is a new deck. I'm super excited to work with it. So basically, I'm just going to tell you what chakras are present on each card. So the first card, we have the sacral, we have the throat chakra, and then we also have, I think, the solar plexus. The second card is the throat chakra card. The third card, we have sacral and we have the crown. Then you have the higher self card. And for the last card, we have the heart and we have the sacral chakra. So I'm being called to this first card that has the sacral and the throat and the solar plexus a bit in the back. And with this card, what I was seeing, you guys have so much throat chakra energy and the sacral chakra energy, which I think has a lot to do with like your intimacy and your relationships. But with this card, I'm just seeing that it's working on your relationship with yourself. With the throat chakra present as well, it's like being honest. It's like you have this bottle that's like stuffed down with all of this like repressed or suppressed emotions, right? Because there's a need for you to be vulnerable. And I'm seeing like you may be afraid to pop the lid open, because you're afraid of what may come out, what you're gonna see. But I'm seeing like all that needs to be released within you will only bring you closer to peace, right? We have the ocean, which is reminding me of the emotional body. So I see that whatever repressed emotional things that you're getting vulnerable with yourself about, releasing it will only bring you peace. Being honest and truthful with yourself will only bring you peace. Moving forward, when you're open and honest and truthful with yourself, you open a doorway for a new direction, a new way to create and express your life, because you found a new way to create openness and honesty within yourself. There we go. There's another plane that's passing by. So it's like there's a need to open the door to be radically honest and truthful with yourself, with the water, about how you feel. What do you need to be at peace? Break down this wall, right? This wall you built around not being able to express yourself, or having to express yourself in a very guarded way, that there is another way. And I see you opening that door and going through it. There is a need within you about wanting like harmony, security, connection, true intimacy with people around you. I think that you sense and see that we really are all connected, and I see that you're bringing in, right, once you like start to unravel within you what needs to be expressed, what needs to be felt, what needs to be healed. Then we have relationships coming through that are really centered in like a cosmic connection, centered in the crown, centered in beyond egoic control, manipulation, trying to conform, right, without judgment or harshness or like being scrutinized. It's like beyond that, into harmony and peace and seeing ourselves in other people. You have the higher self card, which is beautiful. So I see you, like, once you do this, being beautifully aligned in such a beautiful way. And as you move forward with a healed heart, I see you like leaving seeds of like compassion and connection and true understanding, and creating, right? Creating your life and forging and moving through the path ahead just with compassion and understanding and being healed and whole. And I see you seeing the world as like just full of possibilities, and almost like a clean and fresh slate for you to walk forward, and leaving your seeds, whatever those seeds of intention are. They'll be individual for each of you, but I really seeing you like just forging a new path in a new land with the new people, being a new person in and of yourself, and really just being a conduit, right? A very balanced, I feel like emotionally intimate person. I feel like you're someone who deep down needs and craves that connection with people, right? Really wants and needs to feel connected and secure with other people. And it's like you've brought forward this healing and this compassion and this understanding for yourself, and now you've created that in your life. And I just see you walk in the path and just laying down beautiful seeds that will really grow and flourish and nurture the world in your own divine and unique way. So much beauty here. That is all that I'm getting for you, my lovely and glorious pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading and that it resonated with you on one or more levels. Happy healings to you on your journey, and I will see you in the next video.